Welcome back to Working Beyond 9 to 5. I have the pleasure of meeting today with Cameron, and I'm Angelina, and we're going to talk a little bit about immigrants and migrants and what it is to work in these fields. So, you're welcome here.
Thank you.
The work you do is very important, and I just wanted to pick your brain on what are the drawbacks of being an immigrant and what are the struggles that you see every day?
What I see is how they integrate themselves to the overall community, how they've been exposed to the healthcare, the benefit from the government, and basically language. It's not easy for them as a refugee who come from one country that they don't maybe not have a competency of English, but they have to start over somewhere else that they start to speak another language. It's not easy for them, really.
Yeah, it sounds like that could be a real struggle. And what are the values that led you to come into this occupation?
I find that everybody has their own right to choose their life, and it's kind of basic human right to live their better life and fully up to their potential.
Yeah, and how do you see people getting treated in your workplace? And what about foreign workers?
The foreign workers, people kind of look down on them because first, they're not born here. Second, they might not speak as same as you for like the level of proficiency at work or something like that. They might confuse you when they talk about something, or basically just the way they speak is like, well, that's not sound like English that you're speaking, something like that, and it's kind of discouraged them to speak out more.
It sounds like it could be, an ability to live in a world where there's quite a bit of discrimination. Do you have a specific story of kind of the stereotyping of immigrants and things like that you've encountered?
Well, I could share a little bit about my clients that I work with. They're here as a refugee, and they have a community that take them in. However, they treat like a second class from society because they need something to like kind of prove how they're gonna get a job, and somehow they need to work up towards that to get like a real benefit paid job. Just like one family that I work with, they have to work like 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. That's really hard for them to actually balance between work and their own life.
Yeah, I feel like I've gone to the nail salon before, and I've heard people's stories of, in order to become a Canadian citizen, they have to work, 7 days a week. It's almost like a sweatshop, and they really have no other opportunities because until they become a citizen, they are, as you said, treated like a second-class citizen. Yeah. How do people navigate the system, and how do you empower them to do that?
For us, we work with the system, so there's some policy and guideline that we can help the clients to work through those process. But again, it's kind of government issue thing that make the policy, and for our customer or our client that we work with, it's really complex system that they have to gone through, but we there to help them, like how they get healthcare, how do they get the education, especially the language that they need to live here. So yeah, it's quite a bit of challenging for them and for us as a social worker to work with the policy itself.
And how do you implement a trauma-informed practice in your workplace?
Yeah, first thing first, we have to realize that everybody has their own journey, and sometimes we almost take it personal for our clients so they can actually get the most benefit for them. But we also have to take care of ourselves in terms of like, if we feel too much burnout, it's going to affect our work. So yeah, we need some time off. We have to leave everything at the office and then kind of refresh, start over again on the next day. So it's one day at a time too, for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a really rewarding career, definitely with its, challenges and struggles, When it comes to self-care, what kind of things do you do to help you with, your obligation to yourself? What are those things that you really focus on?
Simply, it's you need to eat right. Don't starve yourself. Sleep as your body need rest. That's the key. I think sleep and eating is really good. Also exercise, because you need to help regulate your body. It helps with everything, not just physically, but it's psychologically too. Yeah.
It sounds like you give a lot to your clients. You really understand that you have to take care of yourself first, that's the first moral principle, is that, it's kind of like that idea of when you're in an airplane and the plane's going down, you have to take care of yourself first.
Yeah, before
right?
You can help another person beside you. Yeah, that's true.
Well, thanks so much for meeting with us today. It's been a pleasure learning, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.